Hey, beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. I guess you can call it a podcast. Happy Saturday, you guys. Sitting here with my coffee and my robe on because although it's super hot outside, my baby likes to have it freezing in here. So I actually cannot wait for the fall because of the grass situation and the fact that I felt like I was paying too much for the landscapers and the people to come do my grass. So I'm like, I'll do it. I have my own lawnmower. I can do this shit. I cannot do this shit. I would not like to do it anymore. So come on, fall, so we can just leave it. Jesus. And the air in the house, it's like on Antarctica. I'm freezing in here. But my baby, if she needs the air, we're going to let her have the air because that's my baby. All right, we are here to talk about Ready to Love, you guys. Yes, I am going to review it. I did watch it last week, but I did not feel like reviewing it. So I'm just going to talk about a couple of the big standout parts from last week that I can remember. And actually, there was only really one. Like, I can't remember how I really like these people. But the one that I do remember is the deadbeat dad and the whole, no, I ain't got kids, I ain't got kids. Like, literally, he said it 5 times. No kids, no kids, no kids. Like, and then he's like, oh, yeah, I got kids. And I'm just like, nah, he got to go. And the girl, what's her name, Charisse, who had something to say about the other girl and how loud she was. Was she loud? Absolutely, she was loud. I don't like loud people like that either. Well, I don't dislike them. I just don't like loud. I'll just say that. But the way she came off, and I'm like, something's going on with her face. So how are you like coming in here being really judgmental and really shitty to people or whatever? Like you just really got it going on. And I'm sorry, she does not to me. Like something is a little manly about her face. Like she's very handsome. All right, anyway, let's get to this episode. Y'all, Dominica, that's her name, the loud one, Dominica, and she's a pretty girl. What I do want to say is, the wigs look way better this season, and the girls are prettier. I just think they're pretty. Um, what was I gonna say? Dominica. Oh, she looks like that girl. The girl that made up the whole group and she was real mean and rude last season. Y'all, once the season is over, I can't remember people. I'm sorry, I can't I can't remember people half the time anyway, y'all know that. But once it's gone, I can't remember anybody. But y'all know the girl I'm talking about, the one that was all up in the guy's face. I cannot remember her name, but she was the real meanest shit one. And that's who she looks like to me. Pretty girls. Like the other one was pretty too, but she don't act like her, so thankfully. But that's who she looks like to me. All right. All right, so the couples head over to bar one. Well, the singles rather head over to bar one, Peter's bar. And if I were there, I'd just be like, you know what? Never mind for all of you. Just give me Peter. And yeah, you guys, Peter does it for me. I'm sorry, he just does. But actually, they don't show him. He's not on the he doesn't show up on the show. Like I thought he was gonna make maybe a little cameo because Peter loves to be on the camera. But they come here and then automatically we start off with Dominica running around asking everybody why she was on the bottom. And I'm like, girl, that's not the way to go. We have seen in past seasons, it's not the way to go. Just suck it up, do something different than what you were doing the first time and see if it works out. But you running around like, did you put me on the bottom? Did you put me on the bottom? It's not going to work out well. All right, so Tommy comes in, and y'all, I cannot take the way they just be laughing. Is Tommy funny? Sure. But is it all my, oh my God, like every little thing he says? No, I'm gonna need y'all to calm down and just listen to what he has to say. Like, he's funny, but he's not that funny. Like, fall out the chair funny, and they were like going overboard. But he says the girl named Looney tested positive for COVID. She has no symptoms or whatever. She's fine, but for now, of course, she has to quarantine. And the guy, can't remember his name. Sound like he has an accent, so I'm gonna figure out the accent, figure out his name. But it was very sweet of him to say that he was gonna give her a call or text later just to check on her. I thought it was very sweet. We have Mike, Big Mike. chocolatey guy with beard sitting back there with some girl, can't remember her name. And Tommy kind of put them on blast, like, look at them back there in the back, close as pina colada. And I'm like, y'all do not want to get that close this soon. Like, it's never a good look, especially for the guy. Like, especially for the guy. Well, no, for the girl too. Like, when y'all can't connect with other people, it's a problem. Yeah, so at the brunch while everybody's eating and mingling, Charisse, which is, we got to find a name for her because but I don't want it to be super rude. I'm trying not to be as rude as I have been to these people, but Charisse, the one that look like a man, she is running around. Her approach is different. She's not doing like Dominica and being like, "Why was I on the bottom?" She's trying to connect with each and every one of them. So she's going and she's interrupting everybody speaking. Let me borrow him. Let me talk to him. Let me, And Shakira is the cutest one there, you guys. I think she's so pretty. And I'm gonna wait till later for that. But I think she's a cute girl. She seems very sincere. She likes the light skinned guy. What is his name? I can't remember. We'll get to it. But she's a little irritated with Charisse and her approach. And I would be too, because I just feel like she is doing way too much. But I mean, the guys are receptive, of course, but she knows that a girl is going home, so she's trying very, very hard. Oh wait, can't leave out where she came and they're sitting down talking and she's like, "Oh, Randall, looking like a king, or you must be a king." Some she said. She did not say, and this is going to come up later. She did not say you're not a king. She said you must be a king or something because you have these ladies on the side of you. They're serving you and everything. And the ladies were just like, "Ugh, get away." And once again, she interrupted Shakira from talking to somebody. And if I was Shakira, I'd have been like, "Your thirsty ass needs to go sit down somewhere. Like, literally, go sit down, take a break." All right, so I want to try to wrap up this brunch. So we see a girl named Brandy, another girl, chocolate, cute girl. Can't remember her name, but they're sitting there talking to the guy named Mike. Apparently, Mike has two kids. They're in their teens, like 17 and 13, something like that. And so they're asking if he wants more kids. He take a big gulp, like, no. And, they're like, yeah, because that would be a really big jump, in age for you to basically start all the way over. And he's like, yeah. And we find out that Brandy is on the prowl for a baby, you guys. I'm sorry, she just is. She's just coming off very baby hungry. I get it. I get it, sis. You have baby fever. That's fine. But it's all just like, do you want a baby? Do you want a baby? The whole entire episode. And then it becomes more than just her. They're all on a hunt for a baby to me. Like, it's all like, do you want kids? Do you want kids? I know it's a big deal when you are trying to find your person and you don't want to waste your time. But god damn, like, she's just like, hi, my name is I want a kid. Like, she doesn't even go by anything else. And again, it's not even just her. I just feel like a lot of women on this cast looking for some kids. So, sorry, we're not done with brunch apparently. But also at brunch, we find out that Shakira Samson, that's his name, that she likes. And, they look cute together. And she looks very smitten. And again, I'm just like, not so smitten so fast, but okay. But they're talking, and we find out that she got a divorce. She has a son named Amir. And rest in peace to my friend Amir. You guys, I can't believe he's gone. But anyway, yeah, she has a son. She said she was devastated. She didn't want to get a divorce, but she'd been through a lot. Then later on, we find out that and when they're in deliberations or whatever, she's crying and talking about how her son has seen so much and they've been through so much together. And I am really interested in her story. I don't know if it's because I'm super nosy. I do know it's because I'm super nosy. I want to know her story. Like, what happened? What they see? Hopefully, it wasn't like domestic violence or anything like that. I mean, I just cannot stand it, you guys. I hope my daughter never, like, she always knows that one little sign of a red flag. Fuck out of there. I'm telling you, because I will not. I'll go to jail for somebody doing something to her. But anyway, I don't even know how I got to that. But anyway, hopefully, we get to hear her story later. The guy named Justice, he's talking to the girl with the curly hair, don't know her name yet, but I'll let you guys know later. And they're talking about dating or whatever, and she's saying how when she's dating multiple people. And he's like, no, no, I'm not spending my money, so I will not date. The only time I'm taking people out is if I know that I like them and this and that. He just sounds stupid. Like, he really did sound stupid. And he sounds super cheap. So it's just like, dude, if you're not trying to go on a date and get to know people, like, what's wrong with you? Like, he's the Netflix and chill guy, and I'm gonna just suggest women stay away. Like, stay away from him. He's not a bad looking guy, but his personality, ugh. Y'all, goddamn, we still at this brunch. And we have Mike sitting with Sharice. I'm going to call her Handsome Squidward, you guys, because that's who she looked like. Did y'all ever watch SpongeBob and Handsome Squidward? That's exactly who she looks like. So she's telling the girl, what's her name? Dominica is over there asking Mike, like she's running around asking people, hey, I just want to know, like, why was I on the bottom? And not because I don't want to like you, I just want to know why I was on the bottom. And he's laughing like she's making everybody uncomfortable with this question. You're on the bottom because they didn't like you. They didn't like you like that. So, like, why are you asking everybody? Did you not like me? Were you the one that didn't like me? But anyway, the handsome Squidward is then telling her, you need to tone it down. You need to calm down, lower it. And I just don't like her, you guys. I don't like shit about her. And I really wanted Dominica to stay so that the girls could go back and tell her what she said, and like they go in. Like, that's what we need. We need a little bit of that. Didn't happen. Dominica was like, why didn't you tell me? She's like, I'm telling you now. And I'm like, why are you letting her tell you anything? Who is she? Girl. Oh, I was so annoyed. So annoyed with the fact that we didn't get us one. Like, come on, we need us a little something. And I knew the handsome Squidward was not going anywhere anytime soon because she's the only one bringing any of the drama. Even though we don't like her, well, I don't like her. I don't know if y'all like her or not. Y'all let me know if y'all like her or not. Um, she's the only one that's literally bringing the drama. So as much as I can't stand, oh, and her voice, she sounds like Evelyn Lozada. Like, if you're not listening, I mean, looking at her voice is Evelyn Lozada. But if you, if you need a little bit of that drama in your life, as much as I don't like her, we need her. So I'm fine with the fact that she's here. All right, so we're in deliberations with Tommy and the man, and we're finding out who's feeling who and who's not feeling who or whatever. And we find out that Justice, he's very, I don't know, his tone of voice is just kind of aggressive. He was talking about the girl with the curly hair who didn't like him because he didn't really want to go out on dates and she liked to date multiple people. And he's just like, yeah, she was going back and forth with me about that. And I was just like, calm your ass down. I would not be mad if he leaves. Like, he's bringing nothing, absolutely nothing. Um, and let me see. So the guy, King Randall, I actually like him. He is saying that he's liking this one girl with she got this super curly, I don't know what's happening with her hair. She's a pretty girl, but I don't know what's going on there. But he likes her because he feels like the same way she feels. They both feel like they're both a little nerdy and, they get along. And then as they were talking, he tells her, ooh, that dress is doing it for me. I'm like, he's not that goddamn nerdy. Like, watch him, sis. But we get back to Dominica, and all the guys are like, yeah, she's giving sister vibes. Like, it just is what it is. And they feel like handsome Squidward is, making a name for herself. Like, she's trying to do better. However, I can't remember which one it was that said she is just, Justice, of course. She's just a little dipper. Like, she just wants to dip in and see what's happening with you and dip into the next person. She's a dipper. And I'm like, Justice, beat it, even though she is. Like, she wasn't really trying to get to know these guys. She was just trying to put her face out there, basically. So then we go back to the women, and they're sitting there talking. And you guys, Brandy, baby wanting Brandy, oh, she got like 1,200 bundles in her hair. That's what's going on with her. She got a lot of hair on her head, and she's just too little for all that to me. So she's asking the women about the men or whatever, and then we have handsome Squidward talking about she's a catch. She brings the whole table, and y'all out here catering to these men. And the one with the super curly hair, I'm gonna find out her name, you guys. The one that Justice does not like. She's like, girl, please, because she's the one that made the plate for King Randall. So she goes back and forth a little bit with handsome Squidward, and listen, that's what I need. I need a little bit of that. Come on, ladies. Yeah, so then we have Shakira and the unknown name girl going in on Sharice, Handsome Squidward, saying how, she came over to the table talking about Randall being served and it was just too much. Like, if you don't need a man, then ain't no man gonna try to be there for you. So you should calm down. And Shakira's just like, you came over there like, what are you? You ain't no king. And she's like, oh, sweetie, let me tell you. And she kept calling her sweetheart and everything. And I'm like, don't let her get her shit off. Don't let her get that off. Like, why are y'all letting her talk to you like that? Unbelievable. They let her. Like, first thing anybody's gonna say is, don't call me sweetie. I'm not your sweetie. I'm not your sweetheart. Watch your mouth. And they are just letting her get away with way too much for me. That is very annoying. And I can't remember who it was that was trying to back her up. She said she was just being fun. She said she was just playing. Shut up, because all the girls are rolling their eyes at her and nobody likes her. So why are you defending her, whoever you are? Ugh. All right, y'all. Finally, this freaking brunch is over. And of course, they send Dominique home. Dominica, whatever her name is, home. You guys, this girl, she's just like been playing the background. She got that big old super dookie link on. She is only 34 and she looks like she's the oldest one there. And you have like 42-year-olds, 40. She looks so old. But she's meeting with the guy named Swayze. So I don't want to watch this whole date again. The gist of their date is that he is, we can just call him like the Marion man. Even though he hasn't really been married, he just loves commitment. And he's been in all these different committed relationships. Apparently he, is never ready, but he's ready now. Yeah, and as soon as he sits down, she's trying to tell him about himself, basically. Like, yeah, I'm giving you what you give out to everybody. Like, he's kind of a ladies' man type of thing. And he's like, don't put that on me because I can't cross a line, if I'm not with someone. And I'm like, you better tell it, little Swayze. I don't know why I just called him Little Swayze. For some reason, he just is giving me little boy, even though I don't think he is. I don't see his age, but yeah, he's giving me little boy mentality. Sorry, but yeah. So that's it for their date. She can go because I didn't even know she was here. We also have Shakira and Samson on a date, and he's so nice. He brought her aloe plant or whatever, saying that he knows she's into natural things and everything. I thought that was super sweet. He's like, look at it, it's in a heart shaped vase, very cute. And she, she's very thankful, and she's like, oh, you make me melt. And I'm like, don't start this shit again, ladies. Don't start this where you guys are just giving it up too soon. You guys are just giving them way more than they are giving you. Y'all remember last season, it was nothing but women complimenting men the entire time. And that makes me crazy. So I was like, girl, calm down. I need you to calm down and take on some of the compliments. Ladies, y'all got to be able to take these compliments. Stop giving them out. And I'm not saying that you can't eventually give a guy a compliment, but you should not be the first. You shouldn't be showing your hand first. Come on, ladies. Okay, we are now at Handsome Squidward's place, and she is giving a Taco Tuesday get together with some of the people. And first one in is Devin. Devin is the one who's the baby Debbie Dad Devin. There it is. He's there. He's very not helpful at all. Like, I can just pass you something. Like, don't get carried away. He asks if she needs help. She says, yeah. And he's like, well, don't get carried away. I can't really do too much. Dude, seriously, like, leave. Just leave. He goes to the restroom and she asks him if he put the seat down. He's like, oh, I don't know. I'll check on it later. And if y'all notice the way Devin carries himself and he does his wrist, and again, I have no problem with gay people. Listen, I'm not gonna go with the whole. Some of my friends are gay, some of my best friends, but listen, I have zero problem with gay people. I'm just saying he is very, very feminine. Very like his hands and his wrist and the way he holds everything. It's like, oh hey, like, it's too much. It's too much for me. In comes Brandy Bundles, and she has on some jeans that are not flattering in the front. No, Brandy, you will not get a baby like that, sis. No, you gotta get some different jeans, ma'am. Don't. Oh, y'all, go look at the jeans. All right, so everybody's coming in, and we are keeping an eye on who's coming in empty handed or not, because that is a big deal to Handsome Squidward. The fact that deadbeat dad Devin came in with nothing, she didn't like that. Um, Brundle's Brandy came in with nothing or whatever. She didn't say anything about that, so I guess maybe it's okay for the ladies. I don't know. But we have this whole joke of calling Randall King Randall. And I'm like, I ain't mad at it. And he shouldn't be mad at it either. Yeah, King Randall. So it is what it is. But Justice comes in and, yeah, he got a bag. And then he whispers to her, yeah, I thought this was a one-on-one. And I want y'all to go back and watch it. Just when he leaves, when they leave here or whatever, this dude takes his bag. I don't know what was in that bag, but Justice had his bag when he walked out the door. So yeah, it looks like. Listen, I'm not shitting on her place is nice, but it looks like she took them to like the community room downstairs or whatever to have this Taco Tuesday thing. That's where they went to, and that's fine. You know, it worked out fine, but yeah. Yeah, I just don't like Handsome Squidward, so it's hard for me to give her any kind of compliment. All right, so I guess after they ate, they're sitting around talking, and it comes up about the whole thing with Handsome Squidward and King Randall. And Brandy Bundles, first of all, Brandy Bundles talked to King Randall and asked if he wants babies. He's like, yeah, you don't have any babies, right? And you still want babies. Yeah. She's like, oh, nice. I'm like, this girl is on the prowl. I swear to God. Just say you want a baby, and she's all in. But she then, no, it's the roundaway girl. I have no idea what her name is. T or something like that. She's the girl that's just like, yo, Devin, so what's up with you? And were you the one that was the problem with everybody? Devin, kiss my ass. I'm like, why are they not getting friendship vibes from her? Like, she is definitely roundaway girl. So we get to talking about the whole thing with Handsome Squidward and King Randall and the fact that she said, you're not a king. She said, those are not my words. That's not what I said. It's not what I said. It's not what I said. And unless they edit it and cut that out, because he did say, you did say, you looking like a king or whatever, you must be a king, but you also said you're not a king. You said both. And she then agreed and said, yeah, I said both. How did it make you feel? He said awkward. And I'm like, I was ready to be on her team, even though I don't want to be on her team ever. But we didn't see that. Like, we didn't hear her say you're not a king. So unless they edited that part out, whatever. So she ends up saying, listen, I wasn't trying to offend you. I think of myself as a queen. So if you have an issue with me calling you King Randall, I'll just call you Randall. And to me, again, don't like her, but shooting her a little bit of bail. Like, I don't think anything was really wrong with what she said. And if somebody is calling you a king, fuck is wrong with you that you have an issue with it? I don't get it. I mean, I know they think she was trying to be funny or whatever, but she's not the one that made the plate. Yeah, somebody else made my plate. I'm sitting here like a king, and what of it? So I just think the whole thing was kind of stupid. So they sit there, and then deadbeat dad Devin says, "Thank you for having us over," and she's like, yeah." Oh, and the girl that I couldn't remember her name, I still can't. She got the super curly hair. The super curly is coming from it being crocheted. All right, so deadbeat dad Devin says, "Listen, thanks for having us over." It becomes very awkward. They're like, yeah," and she's like, "Okay, then bye, everyone. Party's over." And I was just like, "Oh God!" And y'all went to her house. I would not be going to her house. Ugh, she can't be in control of shit in my life. I'm sorry, and that includes a party. I'm not going to any of your parties where you are over anything in my life because I just don't like you, handsome. All right, you guys, we're at a bowling event, and from what I can gather, we're here with the people that were not at Handsome Squidward's house. So they had an event of their own at a bowling alley. And the girl with the curly honey blonde ends or whatever, they are not showing her name. I am not making it up. I have no idea who she is or what her name is. But we find out she's 30. She's talking to Mike, and he's just like, oh, 30. And she's like, well, I am older for my age. And girl, just stay young, okay? You don't need to act older or be super mature for your age or whatever. It's fine. And she's like, that turned her off because he was turned off. And I'm like, how'd that work? I mean, I guess I see how that worked, but still. Then we have the guy named Zoe and Shakira, and he's trying to show her how to bowl. And I'm like, girl, how old are you? What is she like, 37? Something like that, 42, something like that. But you know how to bowl, and you don't need him standing all behind you, and like he's very handsy. I cannot stand handsy men, especially handsy men that I don't know. That shit is not cute to me at all. But apparently on this show, they like it. So she was all about it. And I'm like, what about Samson? But she has a type because Zoe and Samson both light guys, bald head, beards, or whatever. So she definitely has a type. And all this with Zoe is just kind of lust, I guess, because she has very deep conversations with Samson about her son and everything. This is something else. But again, if she liked the handsiness, I love it. But in reality, I don't. I'm just saying. All right, so we find out that Honey Blonde has been engaged twice or whatever. Swayze likes older women apparently, and because he's only 33 and he dates older women, he said one of them he thought they were going to end up being married, so they bought a house together and everything until she cheated on him. Come to find out she cheated on him. I'm not. Oh, what's her name? We don't know her name, Honey Blonde. But she said that her guy that she was with, I guess she's been single for about a year. But the guy that she was with, they're not together because he's with his baby mama, and so she got cheated on too. And I'm like, who don't cheat these days, you guys? Leave a comment. Let me know. Are you a cheater? I'm not a cheater. Never cheated ever. But it seems like that is not that's not a normal thing that a lot of people cheat. And that's a shame that I feel that way. But I mean, it's just showing that there's just so many cheaters. It's ridiculous. So yeah, so she ends up giving them a competition to bowl. Whoever wins get a special thing, which we knew it was gonna be a kiss, but because these are just some thirsty ass girls, and she wants a baby, so she's on the prowl for a baby as well. That's what I'm saying. Most of these women are like, "Do you want a baby? Do you want a baby?" And but Samson and the guy named Swayze. So Swayze loses. He has to do push-ups. She gives Samson a kiss, and okay, fine. All right, y'all. So I'm ready to wrap this shit up. So we're in deliberations with what's his name, nephew Tommy, with the ladies talking about who's gonna go home, who has a connection with who, and the girl with the crochet hair, she has like on these humongous hoops that look like hula hoops on her ears. It looks really ridiculous. But we have Shakira talking. She has on this wig. No, ma'am. She looks way better with either that's her own hair with a little bit added in, but the curly stuff is so much better. And I don't even care if she was having a bad hair day. Put it in a ponytail, sis. But this wig is not the look for you. But of course, she starts crying, talking about how her and Samson, talk about her and the son. And again, like I said, she has a story to tell that hopefully we'll get to hear later. And then it's just crazy because a lot of people started talking about how they don't have a connection with Mike after they find out that Bundles really likes him. And she's like, I just got to pull back some layers. And I'm like, girl, you're the woman. Why are you pulling back layers from him? Like, if he's interested, y'all can learn each other. I just cannot stand the fact that these women are so freaking dominant on this show. And I feel like that is where they go wrong. I just do. And I also feel like it's a mess that everybody automatically puts her with Mike. As soon as he says, who do you have a connection with? Everybody's like, Mike, Mike. And we've seen that go very, very bad. Like, I guess it goes well because they have a connection and they end up liking each other for real. But it doesn't go well in terms of, nobody else can connect with these people. So a lot of people chose Mike that they weren't really feeling because they didn't have a connection with him. And I'm like, dang, y'all trying to get rid of her man. So ends up, she has to go on this date with Mike. He doesn't go anywhere. Person who goes somewhere is who's leaving? Oh, Deadbeat. Deadbeat Devin is the one that ends up having to go. So, of course, handsome Squidward told Tommy about how he came with nothing and all of that. He was like a sweaty Betty anyway. Like, he's just very awkward. And I'm like, he ain't trying to love none of you ladies anyway. Wonder if he liked any of the men. But anyway, he's gone. He didn't care because again he didn't want any of these women anyway. So yeah, so I mean, not a bad second. It's a second, yeah, second episode. It's fine. Again, they have a cuter cast. I can't wait for Around the Way girl to leave. I don't know why. I'm irritated with her and her Around the Wayness. Either her or the old young girl, the one that looks very old in the face, but she's young. They can go because they're bringing absolutely nothing. But other than that, the show's fine. So we'll see what happens in the next episode. You guys tell me how you like it so far. How you like the cast? How do you like the looks? And I'm sorry, we have to judge them on looks because it's a dating show, and you do that. Like looks is a part of it. So do y'all feel like this is a nice looking cast? I think they're getting better. It's better than what it has been. All right. If you are still here, you are the real MVP. Thank you very much. If you have not already, please consider subscribing. We would love to have you. And like the video, you guys. It helps with my analytics and analytics, Lord, analytics. I would really appreciate it. And I will see you guys in the next video. Smooches.